Students, welcome to biology class. In the last video, we discussed 5 modes of asexual reproduction. They were fission, which is of two types, binary fission and multiple fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, and spore formation. In all those processes, only a single parent is involved in the production of new organisms of the same kind. In today's video, we shall discuss two more methods of asexual reproduction. Number one, vegetative propagation, and number two, micropropagation, commonly called tissue culture. Students, vegetative propagation is a mode of asexual reproduction in plants in which the old vegetative parts of the plants like stem, roots and leaves grow and develop into a new plant without the help of any reproductive organ. In plants, the reproductive organ is the flower. So, when plants arise from vegetative parts like roots, stems, and leaves, and flowers are not involved, such type of asexual reproduction in plants is called vegetative propagation. It is of two types, natural vegetative propagation and artificial vegetative propagation. Let us first discuss the methods of natural vegetative propagation that takes place all the three vegetative parts, roots, stems and leaves. In modified roots of plants like dahlia and sweet potato, they bear some adventitious buds on them. When such a root having adventitious bud, when it is planted in the soil, they give rise to new plants. By stem, the part of the stem that has buds will serve as an organ for vegetative propagation like the tuber of potato, rhizome of ginger, bulb of onion, sucker of mint, etc. Here, I would like to show you a potato that is bearing buds on its surface. As you can see, it is a potato, a modified stem, the tuber. It has these buds. When such a potato is sown in the soil, it will give rise to a new potato plants. Here you can see these buds clearly. These are the buds, adventitious buds. Okay. The third part of the plant that can give rise to a new plant is the leaf. In plants such as Bryophyllum and Begonia, they produce adventitious buds on the margins of their leaves, as can be understood from this diagram. This is the diagram of the leaf of a Bryophyllum, and its margins have these adventitious buds. When such a leaf fall on the moist soil, these buds will develop into small plantlets that can grow into an independent plant. The next type of vegetative propagation is artificial vegetative propagation. It also takes place by various methods. Number one, cutting. In cutting, we take a cutting of either root, stem or leaf, and when this cutting is partially buried in the moist soil, it will form a new plant by developing roots, and the shoot system will also grow simultaneously. As we can take the example of rose plant, grapes, tamarind, sugarcane, hibiscus, etc. The rose plant, if we take the cutting of a rose plant of the stem that is having two nodes or internodes, and if it is partially sown in the moist soil, regularly watered, slowly what do we see? That cutting develops into a new plant by developing roots, and the shoot system also grows. The second method is layering. Layering is the process of development of roots on a stem that is still attached to the parent plant. In cutting, we first cut the portion and then put it in the soil. In layering, the stem is used for growing new plant while it is still attached to the parent plant. The branch that is chosen is called the layer. Layer is then planted in the soil, and from this layer slowly new roots will develop, and the shoot system is also produced. It also develops, that give rise to a new plant. Plants like lemon, guava, hibiscus, jasmine, strawberry, etc. are reproduced by the method of layering, and layering is of two type. Number one, mound layering. It is done by bending the branch to the ground and covering it with the moist soil. Mound layering is done in those type of plants that have flexible branches and that can grow very near to the soil. The part below the soil of the stem that is buried in the soil will develop adventitious root. The branch then in the air develops leaf, and when it is fully developed it is cut from the parent plant and grows into an independent plant. As we can understand from this diagram, this is the layer that is buried in the soil partially. Slowly it develops adventitious roots. The shoot system also grows, and now this plant is ready to grow. When the roots and the shoots properly develop, this layer is cut from the parent plant and can grow as an independent plant. The second type of layering is air layering. It is done in plants that have thick branches and cannot be bent easily. In such type of plant, the bark of the stem is partially removed about 1 inch, and then that cut portion is filled with moss around, and this moss is moistened by regular supply of water, and then it is covered with a polythene sheet. Slowly from this cut portion adventitious roots develop and the stem also grows. When the roots develop and the stem is also growing properly, then that branch is cut from the parent plant and then grows into an independent plant. The third method of artificial vegetative propagation is grafting. Grafting is a method of obtaining superior quality plants from two different plants. From one plant, the root system is taken and it is called the stalk, and the second plant is the plant that has the desirable characteristics like better fruit, better yield, high quality seeds, etc. The portion of that plant is called the scion. Once the stalk and the scion are chosen, both are cut obliquely and the scion is placed on the stalk. This is the stalk on which the scion is placed. After placing them, it is tightly wound with a rope so that they do not move, and within a certain interval of time they start to grow, the tissues develop, they connect each other, the cambium is in direct contact with each other, and then they grow into a new plant that has all the desirable characteristics. Plants like mango, apple, citrus like lemon, oranges, guava, etc., they are grown by the method of grafting to improve their variety. Now, there are certain advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. Let us first see the advantages. Number one, vegetative propagation maintains genetic stability as plants produced are genetically similar to the parent plant, because a cut portion of the plant is taken and is not involving the gamete, so genetic stability is maintained. It is a quick method of reproduction. It is an easier and cheaper method than collecting seeds, because if the plant is grown from the seed, it takes a longer time and is not much economical as compared to vegetative propagation. Number 4, makes possible the propagation of plants which have less capacity to produce seeds like banana, oranges, rose, jasmine, etc. The plants that do not produce viable seeds can be easily propagated, can be easily reproduced by the method of vegetative propagation. And the plants that grow from vegetative propagation, they bear flowers and fruits earlier than those produced by seeds, because in vegetative propagation we are taking the portions of a plant that has a certain age. It has already grown to a certain age, whereas the plants that produce from seeds have to go through the whole life cycle. That is why the plants that are produced by vegetative propagation bear seeds and flowers earlier than those produced from seeds. Now, the disadvantages of vegetative propagation are the plantlets obtained are difficult to transport than seeds, because seeds can be packed easily and transported, whereas plantlets are difficult to transport. Can be damaged easily during storage because they are living plants. Number 3, are most likely to carry disease, as disease of the parent plant is transferred to the daughter plant. If the plant has certain disease, it can easily pass to the plant that is grown through vegetative propagation. There is no genetic variation because no gamete is involved in this process. A cut portion is taken and it is grown into a new plant. So there is no variation in the genes that is taken. So it will be less adaptable to the environment because variations help a particular organism to adapt better to its environment. The seventh method of asexual reproduction is tissue culture, also called micropropagation. It is a modern technique of vegetative propagation. In tissue culture, a small part of the tissue is cut from the plant who is of superior quality, and we want more such type of plants. From that plant, a small tissue is taken and this is grown in an artificial nutrient medium that is under aseptic condition. Aseptic condition means it is kept in a condition that is free from microbes. The tissues are put in this artificial medium containing nutrients and kept in aseptic conditions. Slowly, the tissues divide and they form a mass of cells. This mass of cells is called callus. Now, from this callus, a small portion is taken out and it is shifted to another medium that contains the hormones. What hormones will do? They will induce differentiation, and from this small portion of callus, slowly different parts of the plants will develop and plantlets are produced. Once the plantlets are produced, they are transplanted into the soil, which grow into mature plants. Now, plants like orchids, asparagus, chrysanthemum can be easily reproduced by the method of tissue culture. Now, tissue culture has the following advantages. Number 1, new plant has all the features identical to the parent plant because we have taken the tissues of the plants whose more copies are required by us. Number 2, thousands of plantlets can be produced in a small time because these plantlets are grown in the laboratory. So, from very little plant tissue. Plants can be grown round the year without getting affected by weather or season, again because they are grown in controlled condition, and the plants produced are disease free as they are grown under aseptic conditions free of microbes. Students, the assignments of the topics that we have discussed today are on the school website. Answer those questions in your biology notebook, and in the next video we shall start with sexual reproduction. Thank you very much.